Most people never question fried chicken. They pick it up, bite in, savor the crunch, swallow, and move on. To them, it is just a meal, comfort food, a guilty pleasure, or a quick indulgence. But almost no one realizes that what they are holding in their hands is the result of decades of obsessive engineering, industrial precision, and one man's unrelenting obsession with perfection. This is not just about flavor. This is about creating a system so precise that it produces the same exact taste and texture on every continent, every day, without fail. Before the system existed, fried chicken was fragile, slow, inconsistent, impossible to reproduce on a massive scale. Restaurants hesitated to serve it because it required too much time and too much care. Travelers avoided it because it could not be made quickly enough. And no one imagined it could ever feed millions of people every single day, across the entire world. Then one man changed everything. One man did not just tweak a recipe. He did not simply improve the cooking method. He reimagined how fried chicken could exist in a mechanical, industrial, repeatable form. He created a system where time, heat, moisture, machinery, and secrecy combined to produce the impossible: consistent, fast, universally loved fried chicken that could be replicated anywhere. And what happened next would quietly transform the global food industry forever. If you want to uncover the hidden stories behind the world's most iconic food systems, subscribe now and stay until the end, because the last section reveals why this system remains unbroken even today. Decades later, in the depths of the Great Depression, the United States was in chaos. Banks collapsed. Jobs disappeared overnight. Families lost homes. Streets were silent, except for those traveling in search of opportunity or escape. Harland David Sanders was not wealthy. He was not powerful. He was not shielded from hardship. He was a man who had failed in multiple careers, restarted over and over, and faced rejection at nearly every turn. Yet in this world of scarcity, Sanders saw opportunity where others saw only despair. He operated a small gas station along a highway in Kentucky. Travelers stopped for fuel, and some lingered because Sanders offered food. Not gourmet food, not fast food as we know it today. Simple, traditional fried chicken prepared slowly over a stove. What made his cooking remarkable was not just flavor. It was consistency, care, and warmth. Travelers spoke of it. They returned. Others changed their routes just to try his chicken. Word spread. His station became a destination. But this sudden success revealed a problem: time. And making fried chicken the traditional way required 30 minutes per batch. For travelers on a tight schedule, that was far too long. Sanders realized something crucial. Delicious food alone could not sustain growth. Speed and reliability were equally critical. So he turned to engineering. He studied the physics of cooking, the behavior of heat, the retention of moisture, and how oil and pressure interacted. Pressure cookers existed, but were used only for tough stews, never frying. Sanders saw potential. He modified one, sealed it, and applied pressure to hot oil, a revolutionary approach no one else had considered. The results were staggering. Cooking time dropped from 30 minutes to 10. Juices were sealed inside the meat. The texture became tender yet crisp. Output increased. Fried chicken was finally scalable. But speed alone was not enough. Machines could be copied. Competitors could replicate his method. Sanders understood that true advantage came from secrecy and flavor. He spent years experimenting with spices, testing combinations, until he discovered a unique blend of 11 herbs and spices. This recipe was locked away, divided among suppliers, and never assembled in one location. Not a single employee knew the full formula. Even decades later, the secret recipe remains one of the most tightly guarded trade secrets in history. But industrial consistency required more than spices. It required control from farm to fryer. Sanders began building a network of suppliers who could deliver chickens with precise specifications. Birds had to be of uniform weight and size. Growth cycles were controlled. Feeding schedules were standardized. Climate conditions were regulated. No hormones, no randomness, only predictable biology. Processing plants were positioned near farms to minimize transportation stress. Machines replaced human hands for most operations, separating wings, thighs, breasts, and legs with millimeter precision. Cooling systems preserved flavor and texture. Every part of the system was optimized for repeatable results. In the restaurants, the ritual was precise. Flour was folded exactly 20 times by hand, water dipped, shaken 7 times, coated 7 times, and shaken again. Pressure fryers were sealed. Oil reached exact temperatures. Steam trapped moisture. 10 minutes later, perfect chicken emerged, identical every time. This was no longer cooking. It was industrial engineering disguised as culinary art. If this section changed the way you see fast food, hit the like button. Every like helps more people discover how deeply engineering shapes even the simplest meals we eat every day. Once Sanders perfected his system, he did not stop. He franchised aggressively, traveling across the United States in his white suit and black string tie, teaching local restaurants the exact methods. He trained them personally. Every detail mattered: equipment, temperature, timing, portions, rituals. Consistency became a requirement, not an option. As the brand grew, replication became the priority. Every country received identical systems: the same fryers, the same flour, the same oil, the same standards, the same training, and the same audits. Creativity was discouraged, variation eliminated. And yet, even as the system became industrialized, people continued to love the product, because humans crave familiarity. They crave predictability. They return to what they know. Health experts criticized nutritional content. Activists challenged industrial farming practices. Viral incidents, occasionally involving local franchise errors, made headlines. Marketing campaigns occasionally sparked backlash. But the system endured because it delivered consistency and reliability. Even in global markets, the system adapted without breaking its foundation. Menus localized flavors for culture, religion, and tradition. Rice dishes in Asia, holiday specials in Japan, halal offerings in the Middle East. But the core chicken recipe never changed. The foundation remained intact. Behind every bucket exists a chain of logistics, processes, audits, and rituals designed to eliminate error. From farm selection to processing plants, from portioning machines to precise kitchen rituals, every detail is designed for repeatability. Harland Sanders' story is also a story of perseverance. He failed countless times. He was rejected hundreds of times. He franchised his system when most would have retired. He did not sell just food. He sold a repeatable experience, a guarantee of taste, a promise that the product would always meet the same high standards. Today, his image remains not because of nostalgia, but because the system he built still functions with near-perfect efficiency. The white suit, the black tie, the smiling face, symbolic of a man who turned obsession, discipline, and vision into a global empire. This is the true story of fried chicken. Not a recipe, not a brand, not a marketing success, but a global industrial system engineered to perfection. Now, it is your turn. After seeing how this system works from farm to fryer to franchise, do you see global fast food as industrial genius or as a warning for the future of food? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the discussion.